Hey everybody, it's Cecilia from Jill B Delivers, and today we're going to make a dark chocolate pistachio semifreddo, which is kind of like a gelato or an ice cream, but you don't have to churn it. Super delicious, super simple. So for the chocolate base of our semifreddo, I'm going to go ahead and take 6 ounces of bittersweet chocolate that I've chopped. Then I'm adding 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then I'm adding a teaspoon of espresso powder to really amp up the chocolate flavor. To that, I've got a 1.5 cups of cream that I've brought to a simmer, not a boil, just a simmer, and I'm going to pour it over top of my chocolate mixture. And then the heat from the cream is going to melt the chocolate. After about 5 minutes, I just start whisking it until I have this very glossy chocolate base. And to this, we're going to add a meringue, and the two we'll fold them together, and then we'll pour them into our prepared pan to make our semifreddo. So the meringue that we're using to lighten up our semifreddo base is called an Italian meringue. And I'm going to start with 3 egg whites and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt that I've whisked till they came to soft peaks. And then while I'm whisking it, I'm pouring in a sugar syrup that I've made. And that is what makes an Italian meringue, which is a super stable meringue where you cook your sugar and then you drizzle it into your egg whites as you're whipping them. And you can see it makes this very, very glossy, voluminous meringue. So the syrup that I made, I took 2/3 of a cup of sugar and 1/3 of a cup of water, and I cooked it on the stove top until it got to 250 degrees on a candy thermometer. And then I just drizzled it into my egg whites while I was whisking. Now I have my meringue done, and I've cooled my chocolate mixture, and I'm just folding my chocolate mixture and meringue together gently. It's okay if there's still some streaks of meringue. And then once that's been folded together, I'm going to pour it into my prepared pan here. And all I've done is taken a loaf pan and lined it with saran wrap so that it's all covered. And I'll go ahead and pour my semifreddo base in this and freeze it overnight. So here's my semifreddo ready to go into the freezer. I actually poured half of it in and put pistachios on top, and then poured the other half of it in and finished it with chopped pistachios. I used about a 1/2 cup of chopped pistachios here. Now I'm going to cover it and put it in the freezer overnight. And here's my final semifreddo. It is been frozen overnight. I've unmolded it and sliced it and topped it with cherries. It's just a delicious, really rich frozen dessert that you can easily make at home. So I hope you try it. Enjoy.